Hi guys, it's Casey here with Inspire Change for You. This video is in response to a video that Sarah or Lessofsara posted earlier today. And it really got me thinking, and I want to weigh in on this. So the question was, does everyone that has had weight loss surgery have a food addiction? And my answer to that is no. The reason that I say no is because I didn't have a food addiction. Now, maybe if you would have asked me this question a few months ago or prior to weight loss surgery, maybe I would have said yes. And I'll kind of give you just a short on my weight and my history. At probably 10 years old, I was about 200 pounds. I was right around 250 by the time I was 15 years old. I was close to 300 after I started birth control, and at my highest weight of 330 when I had surgery. Now, I had seen multiple doctors, tried every diet that there is known to mankind, and I would stick to them. Me and my husband would go on a weight loss attempt, and he'd lose 15 pounds and I'd put 5 on. So I never understood. I always thought there was something wrong with my body, but I never understood what. And I did get to the point where I started reaching out to doctors, but I was told that it's me. I eat too much. And I even remember going to see a doctor with my husband, and this, doctor's telling me, just go on a diet and you'll lose weight. And my husband said, you don't understand. She doesn't eat that much. She's, not lazy. She just doesn't sit around. And this doctor looked at my husband and then looked at me, and he said, well, she must get up in the middle of the night and gorge herself with food, pretty much, because it's impossible for her to be this overweight and not eat. So after so many years of trying everything out there and being told that A plus B equals C, input, you take in so many calories, you put out so many calories. If you're over, you're gaining. If you're under, you're losing. I really started to believe it. I thought maybe I do have a food addiction. I have to have a food addiction. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it must be a duck. So I thought that there was really, that I had a food addiction. And I decided that, my last chance at losing weight and saving my life was to have weight loss surgery. And I did, and I've been successful. I had my surgery September 13th of last year, and I've lost like 65 pounds, something, since then. So why am I losing weight now? I don't know. I don't have an answer. If I did, I suppose I'd be rich. I'd be like on Oprah or the doctors talking about this, and I'd be, making billions and billions of dollars. I don't have an answer. But the reason why I can say definitely now that I did not have a food addiction is because I met somebody who does have a food addiction. One of my family members has been overweight and lost weight and overweight and lost weight many, many times. And this last time he has finally lost weight and stuck with losing weight. And just a minute, honey. Sorry, I was trying to do this before he woke up. And I was talking to him, what's made this different? What's different about it? And he told me, he was just explaining it, that this time he's had to keep the food out of the house. And, I thought, okay, a lot of people say that, I really like ice cream, so I can't have ice cream in the house. I really like chips, so I can't have chips in the house. But then he went on to explain to me what it's like to be a food addict. He said that, he's on a very strict diet. His wife has to portion size out, like he eats almonds, and she has to portion them out in little Ziploc bags and give them to him only once at a time. One day she left him sitting out and he consumed the whole bag. He said that once there was a loaf of bread sitting out when he came home, and he ate the whole loaf of bread. Or a box of Pop-Tarts would be gone in an hour. Bags of chips at a time. and he wouldn't even realize it. It's uncontrolled. It's something that when you're a food addict, you can't control it. It's like if there's a whole piece of cake sitting there, they're going to eat the whole piece of cake. Now, I can say I'm not a food addict because I have children, so I do have stuff. I have, cabinets with chips in them and cookies in them and fruit snacks and sugary cereals and soda, all that stuff in there, and it doesn't bother me because I know that I don't have to have it. If I do decide, you know what, I think I want a cookie, I'll eat a cookie, not the whole row of Oreos. It's something I can control, and food addicts, they can't control it. I really appreciate Sarah doing this video because I don't like the stigma attached to food addict with people that are overweight or who have had surgery, because it's not really fair. There are people like me out there who really do try hard to, and not that food addicts don't try hard, but when you go to somewhere out to eat, and then people, I always felt like if I was eating, people were staring at my plate, judging, how much of that is she going to eat? She shouldn't eat that. And I hated that. I could eat the same thing everyone else could eat. No more, no different. And yet my argument was always, why are they 200 pounds and I'm 330 pounds? Why? Why does my body do this? I don't know. I don't have an answer, but I know I'm not a food addict. And there are people out there that are. And just like one of the points Sarah made is a great point. Depending on what your issue is, why you have weight issues, surgery may not be an option for you at first. Depending on what kind of surgery you get. I have the lap band surgery, and I can still eat things if I choose to do so. There's food that are called slider foods, and they just slide right through your band. They don't activate it. And if I decided that I wanted to eat 20 Hershey bars, I probably could. I wouldn't get sick from it. Well, maybe I'd get sick like a normal person would get sick, but I could do that. I'm not going to have the dumping syndrome or whatever it is that people maybe that have had the bypass, things like that do. So if you're really addicted to food, then even with other surgeries, you can still stretch that pouch back out if you don't get that part under control. That's my 2 cents on it. So, to answer the question, is everybody that has had weight loss surgery a food addict? No, definitely not.